Hello lovelies, I'm Anastasia, or Anna for short, and today I'm hijacking Jordan's introduction video because this video is all about me, because I'm just the cutest, most precious little doggy. Yes, I am, and if you didn't know that, that means you haven't seen the other video, so click on the link in the corner and give it a watch. If you have watched it, stick with me, and I'm going to give you just a little bit of background about myself before Jordan gets into the video. Before Jordan adopted me, I was on the street and I am a shelter dog, and they found me with a broken tail. I don't know for the life of me how it got broken, but it doesn't wag worth a damn. But I still found other ways to let you know that I'm very happy. Jordan adopted me October before last, which means I've been with her for almost 2 years. I am a bigger lab mix, or so that's what they tell me. I think it's because I'm super adorable, but who knows. And I'm going on 3 years old. I know ladies, it's hard to tell, but as they say, black does not crack. Am I right? My favorite thing to do is to cuddle, especially when mommy is about to get ready for bed and watching Netflix. Well, now that you know a little bit about me, I'm going to hand it over to my mother, who's going to share with you her experience on having a pet after college. So stay tuned and thank you for watching this video. So as Anna said, I do want to talk to you about owning a pet and all that comes with it. And this isn't gonna be anything like when you went to your mom, you know. Mom, please, I would love the dog. I would take care of the dog. It would be so much to me. Well, you know dang well, you're not gonna take care of this dog. I'm gonna have to walk it. I'm gonna have to feed it. I'm gonna have to clean up for it. You know it's a lot of responsibility, and I just don't have the time for that. Please, I need it. I need it. But if I have to take care of this dog, it's going back and I'm just not going to deal with it, okay? Fortunately, we're grown-ups and we can make our own decisions, and I'm just here to kind of shed some light and keep it real with you so you make the right one for you. So, I'm going to share with you some things to consider before buying a pet, then a small cons list, and the pros list of owning a pet. So, the 5 things you need to consider before even buying a pet. 1 is your work life. Are you working long hours because you're trying to impress your company? And are you commuting over 40 minutes to and 40 minutes back from work? Because if so, that really wouldn't be fair for your pet, and you should maybe consider something besides a dog. Next, consider your social life. Do you need to spend at least 2 hours in the gym? Are you always going to happy hour after work? Because if so, that also is going to end up eating a lot of your time, which wouldn't be fair to a dog. But if you see that you do have some free time, here's a few other things to consider. Your living situation. Does your apartment allow dogs? Are you with a roommate? Are they going to be okay with you having a dog? Are they going to be responsible enough to follow the rules that you set for your dog? You also have to consider your apartment's rules. Do they only allow small dogs? Do they allow big dogs? Are there certain breed restrictions? So make sure you look into that before you buy a dog. Then there is the budget. And I hate to say the B word, but it must be said. If you're buying a puppy from a puppy store, there's going to be a lot of money, especially compared to a shelter dog. And you have to worry about shots, grooming, kenneling if you're going out of town a lot, toys, and special treatments, especially if you have a dog that does have some kind of health issues. The last thing you guys want to take into account before you buy a dog is the breed. And the reason I say this is, 1, apartment complexes do have a lot of breed restrictions, especially on things like pit bulls, huskies, German shepherds, boxers, the more vicious looking dogs. But also, a lot of pure breeds have worse temperaments and a lot more health problems than mixed breeds do. So moving on, my cons list. There's only 3 things on this list, but to me they're kind of a big deal. 1 is time. Now that you're in the real world, you are realizing your time really is money. So unfortunately, having a dog doesn't help when you're invited to a lot of things like happy hours, mixers on the weekends, your boss's grill out, because you don't want to leave your dog alone for too long, especially on a work day. That gets me into they can be expensive. I do travel a lot. I usually am out of town at least 1 week in a month, which means I have to kennel her, which costs me about $60 to $75 a month, just depending on the services I get. But when there are days of the week that I know I'm going to be gone a lot longer, I will leave her at doggy daycare, which also, if you do that a lot, which is an option for people who are working long hours, that also will add up really quickly. It's best if you can to try and find a friend, but when you first move to a new place, you may not have a lot of those, so until then, you might have to shell out some bucks to make sure that your dog has the very best care when you're not home. The last thing, which I really didn't have to deal with this a lot, but is the responsibility and patience that comes along with training a dog. Some dogs, especially puppies, like to chew and pee all over your house and all those kinds of things. And you are going to have to take the time to properly train your pets with positive reinforcement. So that's my small cons list. Like I said, it's not really big, but those are some pretty major factors that kind of do suck when it comes to having a dog. But the pros, guys, for me definitely outweighs it. First, it's great not having to come home to an empty house, having someone who's excited to see you and jump in your face and say hey, especially after a long, rough day, whether I just had a lot on my plate at work or got stuck in traffic for an hour. Also, if you train them right, they're a really good guard dog, so when you're home alone, you kind of have a little blanket of security. Next to companionship, I always have someone, as weird as it sounds, and I know some people are going to call me crazy, to kind of vent to, who cares about whether or not you're in a good mood. I also did like that having a dog made me more conscientious of my time management and my priorities. Because even though it would be nice to be attending a lot of happy hours, I know that actually would have set me back from a lot of my fitness goals and other projects that I've been trying to do. So the fact that I kind of had a dog, which forced me to come home and take care of things that I needed to take care of, I have prioritized a lot better. I do find I get a lot more during the days and I am maximizing my hours. And the last thing, guys, is the quirkiness of your animals. You're gonna build memories with them just like you do your friends. They have their own weird tendencies. She loves her belly rubs. She does this weird army crawl thing that I can never catch on video, because she just does it so spontaneously. After bath time, she loves to rub herself all over my furniture. I will never understand it. So if you do get a dog, you will have a friend for life. They will be loyal, and I honestly wouldn't trade her for the world. I wouldn't go back and not get a dog to not have a dog. I really enjoy it. And also I do get a little more exercise, especially taking her on walks to keep her from getting all fat and chubby. Because, you know, there's a weight limit at my apartment complex. So guys, that's it. Next week I'm going to be sharing with you 3, count them, 3 go-to work hairstyles to kind of keep things quick and simple so I can just be on my way to go. Anyway, thanks for watching this. I will see you next week when I have my hair did. Whipped. Yo, get it.